podcast called Dub Jellison Podcast.
First ever type 1 diabetic in UFC history.
Doing fine, Dub. Nice to be with you.
Get out!
He's like, yeah. My tunnel vision and my periphery, I'm like off field.
Hey, you know how it is, though. Hey, when your team.
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
What's up, everyone? We're back with another episode of Dub Jellison Podcast. Today, a very special guest, Mr. Karlos Williams. Karlos, how are you?
Doing great, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you coming on, taking time to do this. I know I saw last week, maybe it was the week before, you recently partnered with LMG Sports with your training business. So talk a little bit about that and what that partnership will entail.
Bailey Trujillo, I want to start with that, is a quarterback coach, advanced QB training out of Central Florida. Great friend of mine, played at USF out of high school, out of Oak Ridge High School, played some professional ball in the Arena League. But he's a great friend of mine. He's actually their quarterback coach. Small group, just starting, really trying to find their way into it. Just I'm trying to find my way into the training business. So I think it's a great partnership. Expected to go on some trips pretty soon to scout some guys and check some guys out, hopefully future clients. But really, it's really about building the brand. And they're building a brand, so is my friend Balin, and so am I. So having familiar people when you're around, people you trust, people you camp with, people you coach with, people you eat with, you break bread with, you want to be able to, expand your business with people like that, like-minded people. So I think that's why, the connection was there from the time we started talking. And I think that's what got the deal done.
Mm-hmm. And talking about training and everything that comes with that, relationships are so important. You look at all the great trainers out there. You can go up and down the list. There's a ton, but they all have formed amazing relationships with their clients and coworkers and guys that they work with too.
Very true. Very, very true. Definitely believe in that. You got to have great relationships, not only in that business world, but in the personal relationship as well. Mm-hmm. I know a lot about the guys I do business with, their families, my kids, their kids. I think that's the way that you get to know that person inside out.
Mm-hmm. And for people that don't know, kind of talk about your training business. I know you just kind of got into things full time fairly recently. So talk a little bit about that, like how you run it, what it is, and your vision with that.
I'm located here in Tallahasee, Florida, close to Godby High School. It's called Karlos Williams Performance. Right now, I range between my biggest client day has been 22. The least amount of clients I've had in a day was 6. Ages between 6 to however old. I train for all sports, all positions. It's really just to get the community, get the kids out of the house, get them doing something. People always ask how much I charge, and when I tell them, they're like, "There's no way, you're charging that," and they look at me crazy. But I'm like, it's not about the money. I think the revenue will come, but I want to build relationships. I want parents and coaches and other people to see that it's not just about how much you're paying. I want you to see what you're getting when you come train with. The attention to detail, the actually caring about your child doing it right, not about having a bunch of people out there, just having a bunch of people halfway doing it right, some doing it wrong. You're just counting the dollars that's coming through the gate. That's not really what I'm about. I think that will come when the results start to come. And I think that's what it's about, building results, making sure parents see the difference from the time when their kid first came out and the time when their kid leaves Coach Lowe. That's the difference. I have a parent that's like, hey, we got cancellations because we got stuff going on. I'm like, do you want me to refund you? She's like, no. It's like, I'm going to pay you anyway. Just when we come back out there, we just know what time it is. So for me, it's really about that. Tallahassee is a weird market. A lot of high schools, a lot of kids. There's a lot of guys that's played great football here in the city. Peter Bulwer, Tez McCorvey. A lot of guys are still here. Corey Simon. So having a business here in Tallahassee and trying to find a facility is really, really difficult. My goal is to move back to Central Florida. I'm from Polk County, so having Polk County, Orange, Osceola, Lake County, Hillsborough right there, it's all very accessible, and I do travel. I'm available to coaching camps. It's just something I had a passion for. After playing football, football was kind of easy to stop trying to play. Going to Canada was something that it was like, wow, it's another experience, another shot, cool. But when I chose not to play, it wasn't devastating because I've always loved to teach, coach, instruct, and watch young guys develop and be great. It was something I enjoyed as a player when other guys around me played great because I played good. It kind of made me play better and it inspired me. So I love to watch the development of guys get better, go hard every single day. My daughter, who's 7, Kylie, she trains with my adult guys. She trains just like them. Everything they do, she does. You know, I don't take any slack off her. And my 5-year-old son, Casey, he trains with us too. So I mean, it's really about the development. I like the way guys develop. I like seeing, some guys come out there some days and don't want to work, and you have to find a way to get them to work and get the best out of them just that day. Just that day. And then you can process and move on for the next day. But I mean, it's just a passion I have and I love it. I'm in the still stage of still trying to build my clientele. So on Sundays here in Tallahassee, I do free session Sundays for new clients, current clients, and I have a refer a friend program for the people that refer get a discount and the people that's coming get a discount. I'm still looking for investors and partners. Still trying to get bigger equipment so I can do more training. The ideas is growing. I also have a big idea for the spring. I want to host a big 717 tournament. So just a lot of stuff growing. Just got to get there one step at a time.
Well, I mean, you talked about it a little bit, but I can tell how passionate you are about it just by the way, the tone in your voice, how enthusiastic you are about it. So that's special to see how passionate you really are about it.
Thank you. I mean, after playing football all your life, it's kind of, I don't know what else I would do. I think I kind of directed my life straight into this. I think this is what I truly want to do.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But I mean, a few weeks ago, I had on Kerry Neal. He played for Notre Dame, and now he's kind of getting into the training business as well. He's a few years deep, and he was talking about how it's a slow grind when you start. And then, I mean, once that moment hits, you're up and going. So, I mean, I would assume it'd be the same for you. I don't see why it'd be any different.
I can hope so, man. I mean, I think being here in Tallahassee is a good place for me to grow. The market for me to train is small. It's hard. It's a lot of competition. And you have to really, really grind it out. You have to really, really grind it out to get, I mean, kind of get your name out there. And I played football here. I played great football here, I feel like. And it's still hard competition. I post every day on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, my Snap, and just trying to keep it fresh in people's minds. I mean, who wants to give away a free workout? I do. Because I want people to see what they're going to get if they, like, when they do start paying me. I mean, it's just, I'm able to work with parents. I work with the college guys I work with. I mean, it's not, like I said before, it's not all about the money. I mean, I have clients I don't even charge that ask me to work out every single day, and I'm out in the field every single day. So it's really more about the passion I have for it, man. I just love it.
That's super special. And I mean, to do it in Tallahassee after your time at Florida State, I mean, kids from that area, I mean, I don't know if that's kind of not their age range, especially the younger kids. But I mean, guys like my age, especially high school guys, they should be chomping at the bit to be training with you.
I mean, like I said, like it's also football season here. Like,
yeah, that's true.
They're in high school, 8 hours a day. They're going straight to practice. Nobody wants. I mean, extra work is great work. I love to work when I'm tired. I mean, I just find out what kind of person I'm made of when I'm working and people aren't working. So I mean, that's something different. But I understand. Like I said, it's a lot of competition here. A lot of coaches train. Travis Norton is a well-known name here in Tallahassee, and people hit me up on Instagram. You heard Travis Norton? That's what I train with. I'm like, well, you want to come get a free session on Sunday? And then, I mean, come out. You can come out and see what it's like. I'm not trying to take your client. But I mean, I just offer something different to the table. It's all different, and you got to respect it. You got to respect everybody's business, everybody's clients. I mean, it's just a part of it. And I don't step on people's toes. I'm not DMing 1,000 people. I post on my story. I post on my page. I keep it to the public eye. People want to join, they can join. They know how to do that. You know how to press message. You know how to do DMs. So, I mean, I leave it to them. I'm just gonna let the good energy flow. I mean, and let my work show for itself.
100%. And you touched on it a little bit a couple minutes ago, but I mean, at the end of your playing career, did you know that you were going to get into training?
It's more a line of coaching. My first real year not playing ball, actually moved back home. I moved back to Polk County, and I went to my high school, and I coached at my high school. I coached the running backs, head coach of JV, and I ended up being the offensive coordinator on varsity. And I coached against my head coach my first year, my first game. 33 points we scored. I called every single play. And it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. Like, it was so exhilarating. It was exciting, man. My old offensive coordinator was coaching. Their brothers actually, Coach Tate, Richard Tate, down in Bartow. And his brother was coaching with him. And it's like, y'all coached me. And I just beat y'all. Like, I literally just played, like, chess with my head coach, and I just won. Like, I just really did I out-coach him? It was really cool. But then connecting with high school guys, and one of my proudest moments was I had a close friend of mine, like my little brother named Kendall Robinson. He's at Georgia Military right now. Plays tight end, H-back. And when I first got there, he was going into the senior year. He was like, I had no offers. I'm like, Kendall, like, you're 6'2", like 250. You're not going to have any offers right now. All summer, work with me. Got down 232. Changed his body, changed eating habits, lifting, running. He literally drove to workouts and practice with me every single day. And then season came around. And before he graduated, he had 3 offers. Small JUCOs, NAIA school. But it's like, you didn't have it before, and you really found out how to go earn a scholarship. That's what I love. That's what I fell in love with. The grind part. The off season where you change everything about yourself to make yourself appealing to school. And you put that effort and all that work on the football field, and the results came out, and now you're getting a free ride going to school.
Now,
So the next offseason, our goal is to go ahead and find some D1 offers. So you transfer again. So, it's just a process.
100%. I mean, I'm from Indiana, so I mean, high school football is big, obviously. I mean, it's big in basically every state, but I mean, in Florida, it's a whole different level. I would assume. I mean, how competitive is trying to get offers down there, though?
I mean, to be honest, that's a whole man. That's a whole different conversation with me, bro. To be honest, the last real recruiting class, like legitimate, that guy is legit, all these guys are legit, was like 2014, 2013. Derwin James's junior year was like the last real guys that was like real legitimate recruits. Because I can name several guys that I'm a Florida State guy, obviously, that played at Florida State. They were 5 stars, including myself, that no longer play ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jadeveon Clowney was in my class. He's been, Pro Bowler a few times. I mean, All-Pro. Jadeveon Clowney. Like, it's crazy. Like, I played in the Under Armour game with Jadeveon Clowney. Ryan Shazier. Like, like freaking amazing. Like, Quandre Diggs played in the Under Armour game with me. I mean, it was so many guys that were in that class that's translated to college. Michael Thomas played in that game, just translated to college, just translated down to the NFL. They're like longevity in NFL. I think recruiting just different. I'm sorry, it's just different.
Yeah,
it's not the same. I think stars are easily given away. I'm trying to put it in the nicest way possible.
Let it fly.
Yeah, I think stars are given away. I think some guys are given. Prime example. How good is this kid going to Ohio State early? What's his name?
Quarterback.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
he just left high school. Why isn't he your starter? Great guy, great kid, great quarterback. He left high school to get enrolled early. Why isn't he your starter? Was it just for the money? You're changing the game now. Travis Hunter, I think he's legit. But he's like a once in like, won't see another him until 10 years later, like 10 years. Like, the last recruit we've seen like him was who? I haven't seen anybody like him. Jalen Ramsey, but I don't think Jalen was even like that in high school. He transitioned from that into college into his professional career. But to me, I think just recruiting's changed. I think everything's changed. I think a lot of kids get more hype than they should. I probably got more hype than I should have. But I played in Polk County. You got to play Lakeland, Kathleen, Jenkins. You got to play Gibson every year. Lake Wells, who's a playoff team every year. Winter Haven's good every other. You play great competition week in and week out. Can't argue with that. Even in Orlando, you play great competition now week in and week out. But I do think some guys get more hype than they should, in my opinion.
You kind of mentioned the whole money thing with, I think his name is Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, that guy.
With that. With the whole NIL thing, kind of coming together this past July.
Get money.
Yeah.
Get money. I'm with it.
Right.
Get your money. But are kids being educated on this?
I don't think so, no.
Uncle Sam gets some of that, right? And you got to pay taxes on that. Do you know what taxes are? Like,
Yeah.
You got to pay those. Like, you're gonna pay into those. Like, if you make so much money, and you're gonna make that much money. So I hope you're ready for that.
Yeah, a lot of those kids probably don't really understand it, especially if they're coming in.
W-2ing, 299. You ask those questions like, I want to call the kid. Hey, you got a deal, right? Are you 1099? You W-2? And the first question I guarantee I get is, what do you mean? All you know is you got a post about eating chicken sandwiches, a post about whatever it is, and they just don't. Do you read the check they send you? Are you reading the deductions? Are you reading all that kind of stuff in there? Are they being educated? You can't have an agent. Can't have an agent do it. Can't have no. You can have a lawyer, family lawyer, look over it. I think that's what it's coming down to. That's coming out of your pocket. I guess it takes money to make money. That's what I'm saying. I guess you're gonna hire a family lawyer, look over all these contracts people are getting. You're making millions of dollars. Yes, you have to pay taxes, my guy. At 19, 18, 19, 16, you're paying taxes, man. And you have hey, I would go to school to be a lawyer right now. I'm going to school to be a lawyer right now because you can't have a sports agent coming out of high school. It's illegal going in the car. So who's looking over these contracts for these kids? Lawyers.
100%.
But I'm saying get your money. Any way possible, get your money. Just be educated what you're doing. Don't get caught up with, getting a lump sum of money or doing this or promoting this for a company that's not really invested or not gonna continue to do business, or they're not gonna grow. You get stuck. And you may put in money and you just don't. That's a touchy business. But I'm gonna always say you get your money though. I don't live by that.
You look at someone like Bryce Young, who Nick Saban was talking about. He made $1 million before he ever played a snap for Alabama, and then you got the kid. You got the kid from Sierra Canyon that's Bronny's teammate. He's making he signed a $3 million deal with I forget what company it was, but he's 16, 17 years old making $3 million.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I would say so. I couldn't imagine.
Who controls that money? Parents?
Probably.
How much of it is he actually touching? What's the possibility that kid doesn't make it to the NBA? Or he tears a kneecap? It's all touchy, man. I don't know, man. It's all touchy, man. My next thing is when they start paying these players. Paying them flat rate. Yeah. How is Tulane gonna compete with Bama?
Yeah.
The same recruit. Not.
I think that was the main thing with a lot of people who didn't want the NIL to kind of get I think
I didn't think about Vanderbilt and Bama. They can't even go after the same kid. They're in the SEC. Miami's a private institution. You know what I'm saying? How much are you guys going to pay? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get into Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not on scholarship? Yeah. So What are y'all paying? You play the money game there. We gonna suck, but we gonna get paid up here. Like, what? No, like it's just that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean the game's obviously changed. I mean, do you wish that you guys would have got paid back? I mean, obviously you do.
You know,
You guys would have got
if I
paid.
had NIL, bro, I'm a likable guy. People like me. I don't know why. I do know why. But people like me, bro. Buffalo fans love me, so State fans love me. My city, Polk County loves me. People city loves me. I got friends. Like, I love my city. I love Tallahassee. I love Buffalo. I just really show love. Like, I always take a picture. I always sign an autograph. No matter. I always talk about football. I'm a people person. That's just what I am. But if I had the ability to make some change, yeah, I probably would have broke the game. Like if Johnny Football,
Goodness,
famous, man, come on, man. Not many people would have slogan that. Famous Jamison. Come on, they would have loved that. They would have killed it. He would have made a killing before being the number overall pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think about catch Johnny Football. Money man's there. Like, come on, man.
they would have made so much money.
So much.
I think a lot of you guys.
I'm looking at my pantry right now. I'm just thinking about something that lays potato chips. Like I'm just some wild flavor, like Alabama barbecue for James Winston, because you know what I'm saying. Just something crazy. Like you just never know, man. And I think even before that, Cam would have been a big target.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from Auburn, it's nothing in Auburn. He would have been on the face of everything in Auburn, as he already was, though. Who else would have benefited from NIL?
I mean, there's a ton of guys. I mean, Terrell Pryor back at Ohio State, that was a little before Cam.
Boom. Yeah, he definitely would have benefited.
He would have been
Reggie.
Huge. Oh, my God. Reggie would have got paid tens of millions of dollars. That would have been crazy.
Like hold on. Reg was what? Reg came out in what? 06?
Yeah, 06.
04? 06. Yeah. You know what though? Imagine if let's go back 2000. Go Miami. If those Miami teams could have you had Ed, you had Sean, you had a lot of DBs. It would have been a lot of DBs. A lot of DBs. You had Andre,
Frank Gore.
Yeah, Frank. Willis McGahee.
Patrick Willis. The U was crazy back in the day.
Yeah.
You can go up and down the list, but.
Mm-hmm. NIL changed the game, though.
Mm-hmm.
Changed the game. It's changing lives. I mean, some kids really aren't in situations that other kids are in. They need that happen right now more than anything. So I think, boom, it changed lives. I mean, everybody reaps the benefits from it. I'm not, like I said before, I'm always gonna say get your money. You got that.
You can't argue with that, you know. I mean,
shoot me with a good one.
I mean, going back to your time at Florida State, all those guys on that 2013 team would be getting paid too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Loco Ocho, Timmy Jernigan, Kelvin Benjamin, 6'6", Shaw is raw. If Kenny Shaw could have marketed Shaw is raw in college, game open. O'Leary could have signed with Hershey's, white chocolate. No gloves. He could have been a commercial. White chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so much, bro. Like, it's so crazy. And NIL really did change the game.
I know we kind of got off on a little tangent there, but I want to kind of get back to training a little bit. I mean, how much joy does it give you to make an impact on those young people's lives? I know already mentioned one story.
I mean, when you watching a kid not know what he's doing, so watching older kids like do it before and they're getting better, and he tries to do it, he or she tries to do it just like them, and you see the progression, and you see them start getting better, that's awesome. Like that's the joy, because you know it works because you built the system. You are the system. You've been a part of it. You're a product of it. Like that's the joy when you see the results coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's bottom line. I mean, watching the kid get better, watching the kid really, really get better. That's all you want to do.
And has gotten into this business and this profession, has it changed your outlook on the game at all?
Different, a lot different. More of a student. I can teach it better now that I'm outside the game.
Mm-hmm.
I got a chance to watch a lot of it. Crazy you say that. Me and my brother were just talking today. We were talking about like we always played with each other, but never got to watch each other play. And in high school, we played like half a season of varsity together. Then he left, or graduated early. And then college, we played on the same side of the ball, and I didn't start but one game with him. That was my sophomore year, ACC championship. And then he went to the NFL. And then he used to watch me play, but I never could really watch him play. Because in 2015, Steelers had a lot of prime time, and you know, I'm playing when he's watching me. You know, I could catch him later on, but just being busy and focused on playing and stuff like that. But not until I stopped playing football, you know, I got to watch my brother play. And that's when I really became a student, because my brother's a great, great student. He watches so much film. He's so patient. I don't know how to explain it. He slows the game down so much. And he plays to all his weaknesses that he doesn't look like he has it. He just retired this season, but he's probably one of my biggest inspirations on the football field. He's pretty awesome. He's pretty awesome. But I mean, I'm a better teacher now. Being outside of it, I can slow things down. I can teach DB, teach receiver, teach running backs, teach fullbacks, teach safeties, linebackers. You know, edge rushers. I've done that before. It's like coaching it all. So I even watch football and learn techniques watching the game, and I come back and try to teach the kids. You know, kids will say they'll see it. Oh, you see that? I can teach you that, and show you how he did it. It may not be perfect, but we can both work at it, and we're gonna get good at it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna watch the film over and over and over and over and over again. We're gonna find it. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you build, that's how you create, and that's how you get kids to want to be involved. Because they physically can't go touch the guy they're watching on TV. But I've been there, I've done it on every level, on both sides of the ball. So they can touch and feel me, and I can just give them that present. I may not be the Pro Bowler right there, but I'm a guy that's been there and done it, and I have a lot more. I have a lot of care, and I want you to get better. I want you to be good.
And I mean, kind of going back to the end in your playing days. I mean, how do you reflect on that time now that it's over?
I was awesome. I ain't had a bad game. I don't think. No, I don't think I had a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my play was ever a question in Buffalo. I think how I handled myself off the field, probably so. I mean, yeah, pretty reckless. That's a pretty reckless thing. I mean, I was young. It happens. You gotta live, process, move on. Probably one of the biggest mistakes of my life, but I'm okay with that. I can live with it. Can they? I mean, I'm cool. I love my life. I have amazing kids, amazing wife. I'm cool. I love what I do. I love ball. So I'm still doing something that I love. Do I wish sometimes I can go back and play over again and do some things different? I probably would, but I mean, what's the point of doing on that? If I dwell on that every single day, I wouldn't get out of bed and be able to process and move on and work, and I wouldn't be able to do nothing if I thought about that every single day. Think about it sometimes, like, damn, I watched Buffalo play, damn, that was a good carry. I probably would have talk about it. I probably would have moved this way, but you're going to. Even guys that play watch other guys like I probably would have. Even on routes, I probably would have moved this, like, you know. But no, I love what I do. The kids enjoy listening to the stories, and we talk stuff and ask questions, and the league's change, and I keep updated on the league rules. I mean, with the PA, the CBA, I keep it up with all with it. So they always ask me questions going on with it. Always ask. I mean, I love what I do now. It's fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
Playing was awesome. Don't get me wrong. It was good. I was good, but coaching, teaching, way more fulfilling.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I was going to ask. Was it bittersweet at all, just because of kind of the way things played out? But
it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. It's bitter because nobody knew I was getting released. But Doug, that's bitter.
mm-hmm.
After in the press conference, your head coach says that, Lowe's getting right. He'll be back ready. Instead of letting me play, you release me. I mean, that's bitter. We ain't talked since. That's bitter. But the sweet part, I did a training in Buffalo earlier this year. Spent some time with some great friends. Stayed with them. Me, my wife, my sister-in-law, and her boyfriend all stayed. Had a great time. Trained their son. It was awesome. Seen some friends. Went on the boat ride. Went to the stadium. Gave a jersey away. Put a guy to a table. Awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sweet part. I still have it. I'm still love Buffalo. Buffalo still loves me. I mean, it was almost like a breakup in high school with a big misunderstanding. And now we both don't, like, you kind of know what happened, but you don't know what happened. It's kind of like you're having a bad hangover.
Mm-hmm.
So I really remember. That's what it is, because it's almost being friends with the guy that you don't like. Being friends with the guy you don't like, but you don't know why you don't like him. You're just cordial.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. Just be cordial.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like super. Obviously, I'm a Colts fan, so I wasn't like super in tune with everything that was going on with you guys in Buffalo. But like when I saw that you got cut, I was like, I had him on my fantasy team. He won me a couple games that year. I mean, that was just so confusing to me. And then all the fallout from it was just a mess.
I mean, it happens. Like I said, it happens. I went to Pittsburgh. I learned what a real front office was like, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I learned what a real front office looked like, and it was awesome. Alum was very direct. Art was very direct. I mean, Kevin Colbert, very direct. This is what we want out of you. If you're not getting it, your ass home. I don't want to go home, so just still away. You talk about winning. You don't talk about money. You don't talk about cars. You don't talk about clothes. You don't talk about nothing else in that locker room but winning.
Mm-hmm.
You don't talk about football. You talk about winning. And that was different than coming over from Buffalo.
I mean, you've kind of talked about in the past maybe some of the struggles and some of the things you went through after being cut, and just everything that came with that the years following. If you had someone that was in your similar situation, I mean, what advice would you give them, and what would you do differently if you could?
The advice I would give them, I got real depressed after I got cut. That was like the first time like I was able to be cut. Because you're not cutting me in high school. I'm the best on the team. You're not cutting me in college because I was a starter on one side of the ball. Like, there's no cutting me. So it's first time being cut and me like, so I can't go play. There's no arguing to do. I have to go home now. I've been fired from my job.
Yeah.
It's the first time it ever happened to me. So kind of was depressed. Even though I went to go visit the Jets, I was very depressed. Like, it wasn't a very good visit. I wasn't really focused on the workout. I was just very spacey, man. Anybody in my position, keep your chin up. It's happening. It's business. Excuse me. It's business. It happens. I mean, process move on. And that's hard to say. I mean, it's easy to say, hard to do when you're in the moment, but you may not be fit for there at that time. And to be honest with you, I wasn't going to be a good fit in Buffalo in 2016, not playing behind Shady. At that moment, I felt like I had produced more than him that year. Not talking about his overall career because Shady, but about that year, I had tied NFL rookie record, playing half games, having missed most of the preseason with a preseason surgery, having a 4-week-long concussion, not being able to go over to London, come back on the bye week. First game on the bye week is only like 9 carries, 110, and 2 touchdowns against Miami. But you're not going to start me. You know, I'm only getting 9 touches a game. Imagine you give me 20, what I'm going to do with it. You know, could have 4 touchdowns. So that kind of stuff bugged me, and I knew I would have to deal with that again. And like I said, it's never about the money. It's never about being super rich and all that kind of stuff. And yes, you know, you reap the benefits of it, being able to do things like for people in your family that you never imagine. But at the same time, it wasn't about that. It was about the game. Y'all wasn't letting me play the game. Like, I wouldn't even play a special team. You gotta understand, if you go back and watch the games, I wasn't on punt team. I wasn't on punt return. I wasn't on kick return. I wasn't on kick. I wasn't on no special teams, but I only touched the ball 9 times. So what was I doing for most of the time in the game? I'm watching it. That's frustrating for a kid. But when he do touch it, he's scoring a touchdown. That's frustrating. I got to wait until the middle of the second, middle of the third to get a carry. I'm frustrated. So, I mean, don't be frustrated, man. Opportunities come. They're not. They're not. You got to wait.
I think
Be patient.
I think that's valuable just because, like you mentioned, you'd never been like, you were never able to be cut like in high school and college. Obviously, you had massive success there, saying they weren't going to cut you anyway. But I think a lot of guys, especially the ones that are like highly recruited, I mean, they had that thing, and then whatever happens in those first couple years in the league, whether it be they're not playing up to their potential or off the field things or whatever the case is, I mean, they get cut and they don't know how to handle that. Maybe they've gone through adversity before, but they haven't gone through that type of adversity.
That's what happened to Trevor Lawrence right now. Zach Wilson. Mac Jones. None of them was ready to start. Young guys. They won a lot. Never had to taste defeat. And now you got to lead a team, produce points, make perfect throws, make perfect reads, and do it all while keeping your poise, knowing that you may not win the game. And this is realistic. Like, you may not win the game. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know if you watched the game last night, but I was watching the Monday night Peyton and Eli thing. And Peyton said the first year he was in the NFL, he lost more games than his high school and college careers combined.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
I lost more games in my rookie season than I had lost in my entire college career. I lost 6 games my entire college career. I lost 1 my senior year. I lost, I think, 2 my freshman year. And I think I might have lost 3 my sophomore year. Yeah, that's it. I think I can name all the teams. It sucks. Dang, that just brought back some crazy memories, bro.
I mean, going back.
But I don't think they were ready to play. Question?
I mean, also Justin Fields. I mean, a whole bunch of different things the other day, but he did not do well either.
Yeah, not at all.
But going back to your time at Florida State, obviously that's how I was introduced to you. I don't know why, but I was a big Jameis fan when I was younger, back in what year is that, 2013. So like I was always rooting for you guys. What was it like to come in and just be around all those studs that they had up and down the roster as a freshman?
A lot of pressure because you're a 5-star coming to the ocean. You're just a will in the lake, and now you're the minnow in the ocean. What are you gonna do? You better start eating. You gotta start grinding. You gotta get on it. On my freshman year, man, I ain't gonna lie. I started on special teams. Once I knew I could start special teams, I got comfortable. I wait till spring. All these people leave. All these guys, oh, I don't got time. I'd be wasting time competing with them. I tell myself doing it. But my sophomore year, I knew it was time. Terrence Brooks just played his ass off the entire year. So, I mean, they asked me to move to running back. I didn't want to because Pruitt was there. I knew I had another opportunity to play well. But when they asked me to move to running back, I said, why not? And after that was rest of history. First touch to the crib. And I ain't looked back. I mean, I knew I carried the ball in high school. If you look at my high school highlight tape, I played running back a lot. Like a lot. We ran split back veer. I was the fullback in the split back veer, but I ran a lot of tall streaks, a lot of traps, a lot of stuff like that. So, I mean, I had the experience. But coming into Florida State with everybody I came in with, Bobby Hart was a starting freshman at 16. He was 16. Like, it's crazy. I mean, it was exciting. I appreciate it as I got older in my college years, and then when I got to NFL, I appreciate the competition that it created for me. You know, I was able to pick up the speed of the game pretty fast and really attack it the way I wanted to.
I mean, how fun was that? Obviously, probably the highlight of your college career was that national championship your junior year. How much fun was that run that they went on with all those guys?
I mean, it was just we knew what time it was. I think we could have won in 14. I mean, we could have won in 12. I think a lot of our seniors, they knew they were draft ready. They had been through the later 8 stages of Bobby. You know, when Jimbo first got there, they were still, you know, winning 7 games and 8 games. And, you know, Jimbo really had to turn that thing around. I think they were ready to get out of it. They wasn't really focused on winning a championship. I don't think they really thought a championship was really graspable, like obtainable. But, I mean, I think we could have won it then. I think our juniors knew we could have won it. They were like, ain't no way. We're not going to win it. So we just buckled down and went and got it. I mean, we really just, okay, we're going to go on a mission. We're going on a mission. And so there's no way that we can't. I mean, we just got to go. And we buckled down and we went. We played. We want to score as many points as we can. We want to give up as many points as we can. We were different. We built ourselves different that offseason.
I mean, just a culture around Florida State. I mean, and then all the talent that you guys had, especially, I mean, just on offense, that 2013 year was, I mean, you, Devontae Freeman, James Wilder, Rashad Green, Jameis, obviously, Kelvin Benjamin, Kenny Shaw, Nick O'Leary. You can go up and down the list of how absolutely stacked you guys were. What was it like to be a part of that offense with so much talent?
It was different because you was losing a 3-back rotation, and you never knew who was going to get the second carry. We always knew Devontae was going to get the hit. We never knew between me and James. I think it just depended on game plan. But Jimmer really found a way to give all of us the ball. I think we all had over 500 yards that year. We all had over 5 touchdowns. I think James had 7, I had 11, and Devontae had up to 13 or 14. And that's just crazy. You have 3 backs like that over 500. You had 3 receivers over 1,000. You had a tight end over 500 yards. I mean, that's a lot of football. That's a lot of people touching the ball. And I think that's what made us special.
Did you guys know that Jameis was going to be that good from the jump?
Yeah, he came in like that. He redshirted because EJ was rightfully the starter.
Yeah.
There was no taking that from him. He was rightfully the starter. EJ was undefeated in ball games, just like Ponder. There was no changing that. He was rightfully the starter. So, I mean, we just knew that when his time came, he was gonna play football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I'm a huge fan of his. Is he always? It's gonna sound weird to say, but I mean, he kind of gets that rep for being that kind of goofball guy. Just for some of the things he says. I mean, was he like that at Florida State too?
I say his motivation. He's positive guy, positive energy, positive vibes. He always wants everybody to be having a good time. He wants smile on your face, energy. He wants to see the goosebumps on you. He wants to see energy flowing. He wants to see great aura around you. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. He reminds he reminds me a lot of Charles James. I know him personally. He played in New York. He played in Houston. He's just different. Played Jacksonville. He's just different. Like he likes everybody to be on a good vibe. He likes good energy. He likes to wear crazy socks. So that's part of his personality. James is a motivator. He want to get you going. You know, whether it's a laugh, a smile, a head nod. He want to get you going. He want to know that you're in the game just as much as him. I think it's just motivation.
Mm-hmm. And then I know we're short on time, so just a couple more for you. What do you think of the direction of the Florida State program now? I think they just went, they're 0-4 now. And then what do you think they need to do to get the program turned back around?
It's tough. I say put the young guys in, let them play football, and Mackenzie Milton drop back, throw that ball. We gotta get our tight ends more involved in the game. I feel like
I feel like they need more. They need to. I don't know what more they need, but they need more, and they're just not getting it. Linebackers got to cover better. DBs got to cover better. Our best DB is number 3 right now, in my opinion. Why is Travis J not starting? Dotson, they're picking on him every week in and week out. They pick on him. Is he starting because he's a senior? I don't think he should be if he's down. I don't care. Got to find somebody to play opposite of 3. I think our strength of our defense is the front 4.
Mm.
Thomas, Cooper, Lovett when he's in the game, and Johnson. And they're relentless. But you can't just rush the passer all day. They got to play the run. I mean, they're playing off boots. I mean, Johnson plays the run so well, not letting anything get outside of him. He's so freakishly fast and huge. But you can't just depend on one man.
Mm.
And I don't know. They're going to have to change something. And I think Norvell's going to be fine. I think that he'll be okay. I think that he has the right tools. He has a big class coming in. I think Jimbo's season was great the year before we got here, you know?
Mm.
So, I mean, I think that next class coming in, I think Hunter's going to come in and be an instant impact, guaranteed. I think he'll be an instant impact guaranteed, but who knows? Just got to wait on it.
And then last question, did you think that it was a big mistake for them to let Jimbo walk out the door?
I think so, because the culture he was building, more recruits are going to come. Guys that went elsewhere because he left here. I think the culture will still be here, the winning attitude. I think he wanted what he wanted, and the school didn't want to provide it. And I agree. We shouldn't be Florida State and sharing weight rooms and training rooms and stuff. I know that sounds crazy, but we're a Power 5 school. How we got to sell the program if we're doing – if we don't have what we need to sell the program?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's sad, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're good. Hey, I'm
0-4, bro. 0-4.
I'm a Purdue fan. I've been through it.
I just you're a Purdue fan.
Yeah.
Don't you miss Breeze?
Yeah. I miss Blau and Rondale.
Yeah. It's just sad right now, bro. They just, I don't know, bro. They'll bounce back. I believe they'll bounce back.
Yeah. I was rooting for them to beat Notre Dame in their season opener. They were close, and I thought they would be. I mean, based off that game, I thought they were going to be good this year, and then whatever happened.
Me too. Thanks for having me, bro.
Hey,
I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, for sure. Anytime, you got to open an invite. Thanks for coming on, but stay safe and best of luck with your training business.
Thank you very much, Brody.